During the night, SCP-3008-2 will become violent towards all other life forms within SCP-3008-1. They will run towards other life forms like a chicken with its head cut off. Whenever it is nighttime, SCP-3008-2 will smash the huge wall of town with bare hands, while calmly and politely vocalize phrases in English that are typically variations of
"The store is now closed. Please exit the building."
"Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber." Today, we bring you a SCP Foundation Euclid class object, SCP-3008. SCP-3008, also known as a perfectly normal, regular old IKEA, is a large retail unit previously owned by and branded as IKEA, a popular furniture retail chain. SCP-3008-1 is a space resembling the inside of an IKEA furniture store, extending far beyond the limits of what could physically be contained within the dimensions of the retail unit. Current measurements indicate an area of at least 10 square kilometers with no visible external terminators detected in any direction. Inconclusive results from the use of laser rangefinders has led to the speculation that the space may be infinite. A person entering SCP-3008 through the main entrance and then passing out of sight of the doors will find themselves translocated to SCP-3008-1. This displacement will typically go unnoticed, as no change will occur from the perspective of the victim. They will generally not become aware until they try to return to the entrance. The entrance of SCP-3008 is to be monitored at all times, and no one is to enter SCP-3008 outside of testing, as permitted by the senior researcher. SCP-3008-1 is inhabited by an unknown number of civilians trapped within prior to containment. Gathered data suggests they have formed a rudimentary civilization within SCP-3008-1, including building a giant wall and an entire town built out of shelves and beds and tables for the purpose of defending against SCP-3008-2. Although there is no detailed description of SCP-3008-2 in the document, however, the Foundation personnel had found a man's diary, and in the diary, it has records of his experience in SCP-3008-1 in meeting with SCP-3008-2. SCP-3008-2 are humanoid entities that exist within SCP-3008-1. In all observed cases, they wear a yellow shirt and blue trousers consistent with the IKEA employee uniform. They are 7 feet tall monsters with long arms and short legs, have no facial features, with no eyes or ears, and have hands that were big enough to crush a watermelon. But it is strange that they go down as easy as a regular human being once you start stabbing or cutting them open. However, they don't seem to bleed, and their corpses would not rot, let alone the stench of the rotten corpses. SCP-3008-1 has a rudimentary day-night cycle, determined by the overhead lighting within the space activating and deactivating at times consistent with the opening and closing times of the original retail store. During the night, SCP-3008-2 will become violent towards all other life forms within SCP-3008-1. They will run towards other life forms like a chicken with its head cut off. Whenever it is nighttime, SCP-3008-2 will smash the huge wall of town with bare hands, while calmly and politely vocalize phrases in English that are typically variations of
"The store is now closed. Please exit the building."
Hence, everyone is prepared for it. Knives from the restaurants, lawnmower blades made into hatchets, a fire axe. In one incident, they discovered a hole on the giant wall, and ever since then, they would stab SCP-3008-2 through the hole if they ever come smashing the wall at night. Apparently, the dead ones will attract more during the night, so the people had to get the bodies away from the town. They loaded them up on a trolley and took them over to the pickup area, as they were curious about how SCP-3008-2 looked like when it was cut open. They discovered that SCP-3008-2 only have skin, or something that looks like skin, but no muscles, bones, or organs. Once day begins, SCP-3008-2 immediately become passive and begin moving throughout SCP-3008-1 seemingly at random. They are unresponsive to questioning or other verbal cues in this state, though will react violently if attacked. So, during the day, people go out to find food, water, and whatever else they need. Apparently, there are restaurants and shops around that randomly get restocked, but no one knows who did it. SCP-3008-1 is known to have one or more exits located within, though these exits do not appear to have a fixed position, making it difficult to leave SCP-3008-1 once inside. Using any other door besides the main entrance to enter the structure or breaking through the walls of the retail unit leads into the non-anomalous interior of the original store. Since containment began, 14 individuals have managed to exit SCP-3008. Humans exiting SCP-3008 are to be detained and then debriefed prior to the administration of amnestic. Dependent upon the duration of their stay in SCP-3008, a cover story may need to be generated prior to their release. According to the man's diary, Foundation personnel has attempted to send a drone into SCP-30081. Although analysis of footage shows a small town labeled as Exchange and Returns, but unfortunately it failed when trying to find the settlement again. And according to the records in the diary, we seem to be able to speculate that the people trapped inside may come from different places or dimensions, because the people in there have some seriously odd gaps in their knowledge. Some of them have never heard of the International Space Station, and some come from places where there is no declaration of independence. And no one has ever tried large-scale searching for these people who were trapped inside of SCP-30081. Does that mean that these people are from different places, hence it did not cause a huge panic of missing people? 10 seconds after the owner of the diary exited SCP-3008, an SCP-30082 followed from behind. It caught and killed the man before itself being terminated by armed response personnel. I hope you
Everybody wants to rule the